Welcome back to GH Always channel. Today we will learn about the dramatic poisoning incident involving Carly Spencer and the ripple effects it's creating throughout Port Charles. The champagne incident, a near-fatal encounter. The tension in Port Charles has reached a fever pitch following what should have been a romantic evening between Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan. What began as an intimate celebration in Jack's Metro Court suite quickly descended into a life-threatening emergency that has left the entire community on edge. The evening had been progressing perfectly. Carly and Jack had finally crossed the threshold into physical intimacy, their connection deepening after weeks of building attraction. The champagne was meant to be a toast to their newfound relationship, a moment of celebration. Carly, always confident and self-assured, took that fateful sip without hesitation, encouraging Jack to join her in the toast. Jack's instincts, however, honed from years in dangerous situations, alerted him that something wasn't right. His quick assessment of the situation led to a heart-stopping realization. The champagne had been tampered with. In a desperate move that showcased his genuine concern for Carly, he knocked the glass from her hand. But the damage had already been done. The small amount she had consumed was enough to send her system into shock. As Carly collapsed into Jack's arms, the gravity of the situation became immediately apparent. The poisoning wasn't a simple drugging. It was a calculated attempt with a substance that could prove lethal. The mysterious figure of Valentin departing the scene with a satisfied expression only added to the sinister nature of the event. Medical crisis, the race against polonium. The hospital scene that followed was nothing short of chaotic. Jack's immediate call to emergency services potentially saved precious minutes in Carly's treatment timeline. Upon arrival at General Hospital, the medical team quickly identified the poison as polonium, a radioactive substance known for its deadly efficiency and painful effects. Polonium poisoning presents a particularly challenging medical emergency. The substance attacks the body at a cellular level, causing rapid deterioration of vital functions. As Carly's pulse weakened and her condition deteriorated, the medical staff worked frantically to stabilize her. The situation eerily mirrored past polonium poisonings in Port Charles history, specifically those of Luke Spencer and Jerry Jacks. This historical connection proved to be Carly's salvation, as Anna Devane recognized the symptoms and immediately contacted Robin Scorpio Drake, who had previously developed an antidote for this exact poison. The administration of Robin's antidote wasn't without complications. Carly experienced cardiac arrest during treatment, a terrifying moment when it seemed the poison might claim her despite medical intervention. The medical team's quick response brought her back, and eventually, she regained consciousness with Jack maintaining his vigil at her bedside. Warnings unheeded. The path to danger. The poisoning incident didn't occur in a vacuum. Carly had received multiple warnings about her involvement with Jack Brennan, most notably from Jason Morgan. These cautions, rather than creating distance, seemed to intensify Carly's interest in Jack, a pattern that Laura Wright, the actress behind Carly, has acknowledged as characteristic of her character. Wright provided fascinating insight into Carly's psychology during a recent interview, noting that Carly typically responds to warnings with resistance. It's interesting that Carly's typical response is to resist and declare, "I don't want anyone telling me what to do. I'll handle it myself," Wright explained. This stubborn independence has been both Carly's strength and weakness throughout her time in Port Charles. The actress further elaborated on Carly's unwavering trust in Jack despite the red flags, stating, "Without hesitation," she insists, "I know for sure that Jack would never let anything happen to me." This blind faith, according to Wright, stems partly from Carly's complicated history with Sonny, which has conditioned her to accept risk in relationships. The Sonny factor, complicated history. Carly's relationship history, particularly with Sonny Corinthos, has shaped her approach to danger in profound ways. Wright pointed to extreme examples from their past, noting, "He shot her in the head while she was giving birth to Morgan Corinthos. She's like, 'Everyone, back off. I can make my own decisions.'" This perspective has created a certain cognitive dissonance for Carly regarding warnings about Jack. As Wright explained, "You're advising me to avoid Brennan, but if I reunited with Sonny, no one would mind. That doesn't make sense to her." This inconsistency in how others react to her relationship choices has only strengthened Carly's resolve to follow her own instincts, regardless of potential consequences. Wright also suggested that Carly's limited worldview plays a role in her attraction to Jack. "When it comes to being experienced and well-traveled, I don't see that in Carly," she observed. "Carly is very focused on her life in Florida and Port Charles. The life Jack leads is unfamiliar to her, and she finds it thrilling." This thrill-seeking aspect of Carly's personality has drawn her into Jack's dangerous orbit, with nearly fatal results. Valentin's machinations, a dangerous game. While Carly fights for her life, Valentin Cassidy's involvement in the poisoning has created another layer of intrigue. His satisfied expression when leaving the scene strongly suggests his culpability, though his exact motives remain unclear. Is Jack the intended target, with Carly becoming collateral damage? Or does Valentin have reasons to want Carly eliminated? Valentin's subsequent actions have further complicated the situation. His deal with Sonny Corinthos, trading information about the penthouse bomber Salisky in exchange for his life while at gunpoint, demonstrates his desperation and resourcefulness. However, this bargain has left him trapped in Port Charles, as Sonny now possesses Valentin's lockbox containing fake passports. This forced extended stay in Port Charles places Valentin in a precarious position. With his escape routes cut off and his involvement in the poisoning likely to be discovered, he faces mounting pressure from multiple directions. The possibility of an alliance between Valentin and Sonny to hunt down Salisky adds yet another unpredictable element to an already volatile situation. The aftermath, Carly's recovery and future implications. The Tuesday, March 18th episode brought relief to worried fans with the revelation that Carly has survived the poisoning attempt, at least for now. Her recovery, however, is likely to be just the beginning of a new chapter in this unfolding drama. Jack's presence at Carly's bedside during her recovery suggests that their relationship will continue despite the danger it has brought. This persistence raises questions about Jack's true intentions and whether he might be using Carly as protection or leverage in his own dangerous games. The poisoning incident has also created ripple effects throughout Port Charles, potentially realigning alliances and enmities in unexpected ways. Sonny's involvement in constraining Valentin's movements places him adjacent to the situation, despite his estrangement from Carly. As Carly regains her strength, the question remains whether this brush with death will finally make her heed the warnings about Jack, or if it will only strengthen her resolve to follow her heart regardless of the consequences. The poisoning may have been survived, but the true danger may still be lurking in Port Charles, waiting for the next opportunity to strike.